Hi guys, this is my instant match reaction video, and as you can see, I'm smiling. My tone is up. Tottenham Hotspur have beaten Elfsborg 3-0 with 3 goals from academy graduates. Incredible stuff. And Ange Postecoglou just walking onto the pitch now. It's straight after the game, going straight up to Lucas Bergvall, who he gave a little bit of stick to for trying to do things a little bit too paradisey in the first half, but he knows what a shift Bergvall has put in recently for him and what a great job he's done. Tottenham were patient tonight and needed to be. We got 45 minutes into the legs of Mickey van der Ven. We got 75 odd minutes into the legs of Richarlison. Sonny was taken off at half-time. He had his best 45 minutes for a long time. Just such a satisfying performance. We were patient because Elfsborg just played with 11 men behind the ball the whole game, as we've seen so many times teams do at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium over the last 18 months. But we were patient and we knew they'd get tired in the second half, and they did. And then, because of an injury to Radu Dragusin, very unfortunate, Dane Scarlett, the lesser spotted Dane Scarlett, came on up front. We changed things. We put Pape Matar into the left back position, and suddenly the tempo raised. It was almost like having a bit more legs from the energy of the youth player of Dane Scarlett, and then Ajayi afterwards coming on. We raised the tempo, and Scarlett got the vital first goal. Beautiful cross from Deki Kulusevski, who had been moved into that kind of 8-10 role where we automatically looked better from that. And he got a good cross in from the right. Scarlett made a beautiful run in between his two centre-backs to the nearest post, nods it down into the bottom right-hand corner, and from then there was only going to be one winner. Second goal comes from this substitute, Ajayi, another academy graduate, drives in from the right, beats a couple of men with his pace. Little 1-2 with Dane Scarlett, who gets the assist and buries it into the bottom right-hand corner. And then with the last kick of the game, Mikey Moore, who played the entire game, coming back from his illness, he won his little duel in central midfield with some strength, and then drove at the back line, comes across 2 of the centre-backs, and then puts it into the bottom left-hand corner. Beautiful, beautiful stuff. And let's face it, it's been horrible being a Spurs fan recently. It's been absolutely horrible. But on a night like this, you can see why Ange Postecoglou says, I hope I'm here in 3 years' time to benefit from the fruits of the labour of the young squad that we're putting together. Because, you know, when you think about players like Ajayi, who, let's face it, I don't follow the academy that closely, so I don't know a lot about him. But he showed confidence, he showed bravery, and he got on the ball. And he made something happen for himself. Look, we know how talented Mikey Moore is. He looked great in the first 20 minutes of the game tonight, starting on the right-hand side. That's where, for me, I think he causes the most damage. Then he kind of slipped out of the game a little bit. And I think, you know, there's a lot of tiredness still in his legs from that illness. But then, with the last chance of the game, he showed that he has the tenacity and the confidence to still, despite having missed a few good touches and not had the best game in the kind of middle 60 minutes, he drove at the back line and got himself his first goal for the club. And I'm proud of him. I'm proud of Ajayi. And I'm very proud of Dane Scarlett, who I'm sure now will stay with this squad for the remainder of this season. And Will Lancashire will likely go out on loan to get his opportunity to play some men's senior football, which clearly has benefited Dane Scarlett just in terms of making those important runs, getting on the end of things, holding the ball up, bringing players into the game. And Tottenham will benefit from that. And look, we've got a couple of very, very difficult games coming up, but this can only benefit the confidence in the side. I'll quickly take you through what happened in the game. Mikey Moore in the first minute beat 2 players and got a great cross in. 5th minute, Porro with a good cross, nearly found Richarlison. I have to give good credit to Pedro Porro. He's another 95 minutes in his legs. He is the only player, because Deki Kulusevski got a rest for a half today. Porro, just the only player who's having to play every single game. And he gets stick because the ball goes in behind him a lot, and he's not a great defender, especially when he's so leggy as he is at the moment. But he tries his heart out. He tries to be creative over and over and over again. And he had a decent game today, Porro. But his cross in the 5th minute nearly found Richarlison, just hit the top of his head and went wide. More brilliance from Mikey Moore in the 6th minute. Beat 2 men and drove into the box, but nothing quite came of it. And that first half was all about that. Lots of attempts from Spurs to get into the box. We kept the ball in the final third all the time. Elfsborg couldn't get out, but because there were so many bodies in and around that box, we could not find the final ball. 13th minute, good stuff down the left between Ben Davies and Son Heung-min. Led to a corner. It was a good 1-2. The corner was great and nearly led to a goal as well, but nothing came from it. Actually, back in the 9th minute as well, our set pieces were better tonight. Good corner from Son, nearly heading at the near post from Ben Davies. I've mentioned Ben Davies twice there in the first 15 minutes. What a professional that boy is. You know, always gives you 6 or 7 out of 10. He had to play in 2 different positions tonight. And really important that we got those minutes into his legs because, of course, he's coming back from an injury as well. 19th minute, beautiful first-time ball from Mikey Moore around the corner to Porro. Unfortunately, a poor cross. 20th minute, great cross from Son, only just over Richarlison's head. It was a right-footed cross from the left. Richarlison making that run across the box but couldn't get anything on it. But it was dangerous. Sonny, who had his best half, like I mentioned, for a long time, beat 3 men in the 22nd minute, got to the byline, and a cross then headed into the keeper's arms by Pedro Porro. Mickey van der Ven played that first half and then was taken off at half-time just to protect him. He was so good, just so strong and muscular, using his strength, being in the right position and constantly recycling the ball for Tottenham Hotspur. We've really missed him so much. What a Rolls Royce he is, and he played so well in that first half. Richarlison in the 26th minute, Spurs were hit on the transition, but he worked his nuts off to chase all the way back into our own penalty box almost to win the ball back for Spurs. Great stuff, fans loved that. 29th minute, great ball from Van der Ven over the top. Sonny got to the ball just by the byline, crosses it on the volley, and it's just headed into the keeper's arms. And then 30th minute, long shot from Porro over the bar. Great stuff from Son down the left, deflected to Sarr, whose shot was cleared off the line in the 32nd minute. Elfsborg could not get out of their half. Then the Richarlison shot over the bar when he's trying to bend it into the far corner in the 35th minute. 38th minute, more great stuff from Son getting to the byline on the left, cut it back to Mikey Moore, who had a great right foot effort at the near post, well saved. That was where Moore nearly scored his goal. Didn't quite happen. 39th minute, some great defending one-on-one from Archie Gray after a transition. Then into the second half, like I mentioned, Bissouma, Kulusevski and Dragoshin came on for Bentancur, Van der Ven and Son. A shot from Davis in the 48th minute from outside the box, straight down the keeper's throat. Good ball from Deki Kulusevski to Pape Matar in the box in the 49th minute. He tried to backheel it back to Kulusevski. Maybe he should have held it up, but Sarr came into this game more as the game went on. It felt like he was getting those minutes into his legs and improving after his poor performance where Anne said he had an injury against Leicester. Then, the most dangerous moment for Spurs all game. 52nd minute, Elfsborg nearly scored. It came to their striker just 5 yards out. His back to goal, he got an overhead kick in. But, fortunately, Brandon Austin put him under enough pressure where he got it over the bar. It came down the left as most of the danger to Spurs does at the moment. 57th minute, great play from Porro though. Drives into the box, cut the ball back, diving header from Lucas Bergvall. Decent save from their keeper. 61st minute was when Dragoshin went down with a very dodgy looking injury. Looks like he's tweaked his knee. His studs got caught in the ground. And I would not be surprised if that keeps him out for a month at the least. Let's see what happens. But at least I guess we have Mickey van der Ven coming back. And of course, Archie Gray, once again, another absolute Rolls Royce of a performance. 63rd minute, huge interception from Bissouma whilst Dragoshin was off as he kind of temporarily played at centre-back. Then, 65th minute was the change. Scarlett came on for Dragoshin. Sarr moves to left-back. Good stuff in the 67th minute from Moore and Scarlett, nearly finding Kulusevski in the box. And then the 69th minute, so soon after he came on, the goal for Dane Scarlett. The tempo had really upped since he came on. Beautiful cross from the right. Scarlett headed it in, bottom right-hand corner. 71st minute, another chance straight away. Great shot, well saved from Moore. Keeper down to his right from inside the box. 79th minute, Richarlison comes off for Ajayi. Rishi, I made a note here, played really well. But then, straight away, 83rd minute, the goal from Ajayi. Brilliant, as I mentioned, drove at his defenders, beat them, laid it into Scarlett's feet, plays it back to him, and a great finish bottom right-hand corner. In the last 10-15 minutes, Spurs were just knocking it about, keeping the ball, making Elfsborg try and get it, and they couldn't get near us. 86th minute, shot from Deki Kulusevski straight into the keeper's arms, and then the pièce de résistance, the last minute goal from Mikey Moore, driving at the back line, beating 3 men for pace, and getting it into the bottom left-hand corner. Just a lovely, lovely game. Spurs keeping the ball, recycling it so well. Mickey van der Ven getting the minutes and showing how much we've missed him. And just vital that we got in that top 8 to get through to the next round of Europe. And for me, I don't know what you think, guys, but it takes a little bit of pressure off Ange for that Liverpool game, I think, because we know we're in the last 16 of the Europa League now. And that is where, over 2 legs in each round, maybe realistically, Tottenham have their best chances. We do have to go to Anfield next week in that game. I do think we'll give them a great game. And obviously Liverpool will have bigger fish to fry. They came top of their Champions League group. They're top of the league. They're in all the tournaments. So they will be, I think, less motivated than Tottenham in that second leg. But of course, before that, we've got the Brentford game away at the weekend. And, well, look, we all know Brentford have a great record at the G-Tech Stadium. So I'm just hopeful that this 3-0 win tonight, a clean sheet, a good performance, a patient performance, will allow us to go to Brentford with some motivation, some confidence. But I'll be honest with you, and I don't want to neg a good night, but yeah, I'm not mega hopeful that our league form is going to massively improve with a result at Brentford. But look, maybe they can surprise me, and I really, really hope they do. That has been your instant match review to the Tottenham 3, Elfsborg 0 game. A great night for Spurs. Gets us through to the last 16 without having to play a two-legged playoff in the Europa League. And still, the possibility of Spurs making what has been a horrible few months into an incredible end of the season in the cup competitions goes on. And it is enjoyable, whilst that is still a possibility, to think that maybe, just maybe, something amazing could happen. Make sure you like this video if you're watching it on YouTube and subscribe to the channel. Thanks a lot.